Wave 2 of the Booster Course Pass for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has been out for a couple of weeks now, but in comparison to Wave 1 it's been a vast improvement. A varied selection of tracks, plus some extra surprises within the tracks themselves, and an all new debuting course make for a much more satisfying time, but we'll get into all of that. So, in the Turnip Cup, we have New York Minute. Now what you'll see with a lot of the Mario Kart Tour City tracks is that they begin to do the every lap is different design for each of them, which is definitely a welcome feature. Without this in mind, I think New York Minute would have suffered, but thankfully, an interesting course layout keeps the track interesting. And the music is wonderful too, and like in Coconut Mall with the Shy Guy cars being updated to move, I would like to see these taxis become a moving obstacle in the future. Here's hoping. Mario Circuit 3. I would hazard to say that this is a purely nostalgia track inclusion. There are no changes or different inclusions on this track, it's just pure racing. It's incredibly solid and simple though, and that's all there is to it. But it would have been nice to see it remastered in a similar way to SNES Rainbow Road. Calamari Desert. This track has a wonderful surprise, and I think it's the biggest surprise of Wave 2. The course incorporates driving on the train tracks as part of the race, which remixes this particular track vastly from its N64 origins. Really pleased with how this one turned out. Wow, Luigi Pinball! Absolutely love it. You simply cannot go wrong with this track. Admittedly, it doesn't have anything different to change up laps or design, such as anti-gravity or gliding, which would have been nice to see, but the feel of this track is so solid that it doesn't need it. And it includes most of the unique sound effects, which is neat, although I wish the music differed slightly from the Wario Stadium version. And moving on to the Propeller Cup, we have Sydney Sprint. Firstly, awesome music. Secondly, mixed feelings on this track overall. Again, it changes each lap, but it feels a little repetitive in some areas. However, it's nice that this track incorporates some of Sydney's landmarks into the track design, such as driving through the Opera House. Snowland. Another lovely remaster of a GBA track. I really like this one. The constant ice physics make for a different race experience, having to work with wider drifts and turns, and the happy-go-lucky music make for a fun race. In a way, the layout is incredibly similar to Mario Circuit 3, but the ice physics make all the difference. Mushroom Gorge. A Wii classic, Mushroom Gorge is a welcome return. This version is more in line with Mario Kart 7's version, so not much has really changed, but it's still a very solid track. Sky High Sunday. We finally come to the air quotes new track, which is coming to Mario Kart Tour some point later. But this is a visual feast for the eyes, especially on a Switch OLED screen. Interestingly, it's also a completely anti-gravity course, but there are some odd design choices that make the track a little muddled, such as these banisters that don't make it clear you can boost off them, or these ice blocks towards the end with some very floaty physics. All in all, however, I find this track to be still a fun time. So overall, I feel this has been the better wave of tracks so far. The course choices and designs within them feel more varied and thought out, and perhaps Nintendo are improving over time. Maybe they're even listening to feedback for once. Let me know down in the comments what you thought about this second wave of tracks, and I'll see you next time for the newly announced Wave 3.